Hey guys, welcome to Bubble Man's World. I am here today, fresh after Christmas. I guess it's a couple of days after Christmas, the 27th. Hope you all had a wonderful holidays and enjoyed your time with your family. I feel like a kid on Christmas morning because I have a new package from Pure Pressure in Colorado, my favorite rosin press company. And I'm hoping that this is either the Helix or the Helix Pro manual rosin press. So I wanted to do an unboxing video with you guys. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Helix Pro. I can put the picture up here real quick. It's the Helix Pro is a 5-ton manual rosin press. They are expected January 2019, so they're doing 25 pre-orders for this particular thing. It's got bigger heat plates and more force than the Helix. Its exclusive pre-order pricing is $1,000 down. And then, 3 weeks before shipping, you can pay the rest of the price. I think it's another $2,900 for this particular unit. Every pre-order comes with a free matching accessory kit and entry into their contest where one is going to win a second press for free for a friend or for yourself. So top features: user-friendly and easy to twist press operation, no air compressor required. Ultra-accurate force-measuring load cell, which displays bag pressure in real time. That's a market first for manual rosin press. Super responsive pressure control that allows for as little as 10-pound force increments. Press up to 12 grams of flowers or 20 grams of kefir hash at a time with ease. Features our PressWare technology, which offers a full-color LCD touch screen with custom software for even more control. You can save up to 29 preset recipes, so once you dial in your settings, you can repeat your results over and over and over again. Up to 5 tons of force, which is 10,000 pounds of force, output from our 100% custom-engineered lead screw twist press technology. These guys have put a lot of time and energy into this, so trust me when I say these guys understand engineering and they really produce their rosin presses from an engineer's perspective. That's how the machine's getting built. Even heat distribution from 0 Fahrenheit to 300 Fahrenheit from our in-house machined aluminum plates, each with its own thermocouple, which is great. Temperature accuracy to less than 1 degree Fahrenheit. Ultra durable powder coated construction, and of course they're patent pending. So I say we get started right away. It was just such a pleasure when my long peak showed up. I loved the way they shipped it. I loved everything about how they packaged it. It was just really quite a pleasure to open that package, and I kind of have a feeling this one's not going to be too different. So we'll just crack off this lid and see what's inside. All right, nice padded lid there. Down over there, actually right here. Might as well get it out of the way. So then they have. Just a little bit of papers. So you've got your invoice. Got your invoice right there. You've got rosin bag filters, which is quite nice. I'll take a photo of it and put it up on the screen so you can see about their press molds, their specialized scraping tools, the funnel kit, the quick flip, the bag sizes, the screen sizes. All of these different things are pretty important to kind of know where you sit. How rosin is pressed. They have a really nice little folder, which I will also photograph and put up on the screen so you can look at that and see the different screen sizes, and from flour to keef to bubble hash, and the different tips for the different things and the consistencies and the textures. These guys have really been doing a great job, I gotta say. Working with them has been an absolute pleasure. So they also have a little card in there for the Harvest Right pharmaceutical freeze dryer. All right, look at that. Here's the top right there. We'll be careful with our knife. It's always good to be somewhat careful when you're using a knife, especially when you're opening a package that you don't know exactly how it's been shipped. All right. So these look like the little feet. Put those down over here. There's 4 of them, so that makes sense. All right, what else we got here? I guess this is the feet of the press. I've seen these enough times to know. These go on the side of the machine with the feet that screw into them. So that should be easy enough to do. while we're on the unboxing video, let's just screw these right into here. We'll go as much as we can. I'm not sure how much we should leave, but probably a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4 threads. 1, 2, 3, 4 threads. 1, 2, 3, 4 threads. Perfect. So that's the right height. We'll get the other one in here. What I love about Pure Pressure is just the quality of the craftsmanship, you know. The idea that this came from a real engineering standpoint, and they put a lot of thought into putting this unit together. It is definitely not something that is a fly by the pants, seat of your pants construction. They really do an incredible job. I might actually cut this whole box away rather than try to lift out the press. And I think that is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Give you a little show on what's going on in here. Not sure exactly what all these components are because I've never seen this unit before. So you're seeing it really for the first time with me here. Not sure which these guys are for, but we'll... Oh yeah, this is our little handle. Looks quite lovely. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that little guy right there for cranking it on the top of the unit. I like it. I like it a lot. And on to this one right here. It's definitely not as heavy as I thought it might be, which is really nice. This definitely just goes down right on top. Boom, just like that. Your handle gets inserted, and then, okay, so the screws are actually right in the unit, which is great. I can take this off. I like how easy this goes on and off, and it doesn't seem to need to be locked in place, which is very nice. Ugh. Okay. So I suspect these are going to go like that. You can also put this unit like this. So you can actually have it like this set up, where it's sort of horizontal versus vertical. So both options are there. All right, so I already got the one leg on. One of the things with these guys that I make a bit of a mistake is they'll have a tiny little bend on their foot, and naturally I'll think that the feet go to the outside. This is actually the opposite of how it goes. You can see the feet go in, the unit builds up, and there's 3 little Allen keys right here in the side that are fairly easy to unscrew. I could be using a drill and making it even easier, but I'm using an Allen key, so be it. And so I love the way the screws just come in place in the machine. You don't have to look for a little bag and try and find the screws. It's quite easy. You just go to where you're going to be screwing them in, and they're already there, so it's just a matter of removing them and then screwing them in to secure the feet. And I guess that's done because the feet can go on a variety of ways. The way they've got it set up, you can put it vertical or horizontal. So, alright, let's get this up here. And all the threading is just really done well. It's not going to be problematic where your screws aren't screwing in nicely or they're going in sideways. Everything just lines up really, really well on these units, and I appreciate that about them. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure they're tight on both sides. Yep, yep, and yep. Boom! Look at that. There it is right there. Comes with a power cord. It's got the same great digital screen. I really love the little screen. I like the look of this little unit. I'm pretty excited about it. Alright, so I figured we should do a little press. I've got a little bit of canvas here. It sounds like we can press a solid 12 grams of flour at a time on this little unit. So we're going to take the little flip tool that they have. I've got the screen over top here. This is a 115 micron screen. We're just going to flip it inside out. That's going to get that seam on the inside for us, and it'll hold a lot less oil as contaminant, capturing oil that we really would rather have released. I've got my little funnel. I am going to put on my gloves. So we've got our little bag. We've got our little 12 grams of herb. I am, of course, pressing my all-time favorite, Where Is My Bike? Just such a great flower to press, as it truly, really releases an incredible amount of resin. So we'll go into there. Nice, I've gone off about these tools before, but I might as well a little bit again. I just love the ease with which these tools operate. I've got quite a bit of extra room. It's definitely not going all the way to the top. I'll have a nice little bit of screen I'll just be able to fold over. I brought my pure pressure template here for pre-pressing. The pre-press plates. Get that in there. There we go. All right, there we go. Much better. Okay. Take that out, pop that out. Put those components over there so we've got a nice flattened piece here. This is the older one that I took from. And then we have some paper. So they sent me once again some screens, all sorts of varieties of screens here, which I was very happy. I'll be doing some experimenting, including stainless steel screens right there. Sent me some stickers, which I will be giving away to some folks. All right, so Bubble Man. Oh, they even sent me a new funnel. I didn't even see that. But, so let's get this opened up and access some of this paper. I wondered why this paper was a little smaller than the parchment that I'm used to, but I guess it makes very good sense in the sense that we're using a much smaller press. So too will we be using much smaller paper. So I think first things first, because we're not ready to press yet, let's hit the switch on this little boy. This bad boy. We'll see the screen light up. Probably come over to the side here a little bit, maybe turn it. Okay, please remove force from press, then press OK. All right, let's remove force from press, okay. Ah, there we go. So it opens up the same old LED screen that I'm used to and know and love. It's giving me my force, it's got system settings, it's got recipes, it's got a quick press, it's got run recipe, it's got last run data. So I say we go into recipes. I have merely turned the heaters on here and here. I've got my settings at 220 Fahrenheit, which for the, recipe that we're going to be running is going to work fine for me. Let's go back to home. Let's go back to recipes. And let's go back to this one. So this one, edit recipe name, set material type. Oh, it restarted it again. That's interesting. Well, let's do it. So we'll go select flour, select bag size. Okay, so it's adding the weight based on bag size. It's got the temperatures. It's got my pressures. All right, so I'll just go run. And then I have to push start press when we're actually ready to do this. And I'll be turning this little guy to check out how well it works. So very, very cool little unit. These guys do such a great job. It's got a little drip tray, for those of you that didn't know what this was. It's loose right now because I was playing around with it. Now I'm trying to hold the camera, but I love the idea of a drip tray, I have to admit. There we go. Because these sides, I've had parchment absolutely drip down inside the machine on my long peaks. So this is a very nice little unit right here, this little drip tray. It comes in and out very easy. You can lift it right out if you don't want to use it. And it's just a matter of actually opening up the press a little bit, which happens very easy with a little bit of twisting. And this just pops right out. So that's our little tray right there. I also found out that these particular guys are obviously clamps, and what they are for is to clamp the unit down to any table that you're working on if need be, if you're really cranking away at this thing. So I'm going to use the drip tray. I'm going to put it down over this way. because that's where the wiring is. And we'll fit that in nice and carefully. Pop. There we go. Perfect. All right, so we'll wait for these to heat up. It's already at 105 degrees. Potentially, oh, look at that. It even came with magnets. These guys are on the ball. I mean, are you kidding me? That's wonderful. Boom like that, boom like that. It's got our little catch right here that you can keep that on. There's quite a bit of parchment coming off the back, which is never a problem for me because I love when I have a real squisher to be able to have that little bit of back room for the oil to escape into. So very excited. 12-gram runs. Obviously this is a lot smaller than I'm used to doing. I'm used to doing 35 to 40-gram runs of flour and even higher of hash. But who knows? This is like a real nice little small unit. I can carry it around with me. I suspect I could get this thing to fit into a Pelican case, which means adventures in rosin making. How fun would it be to take the bubble bags and the dry sieve screens and the rosin press up to the ice cave on the Pemberton ice caps and bust out some high quality. That is what's up. So we are at 139 degrees Fahrenheit. Not too bad. About 60 to 80 degrees away from the temperature that we're looking at. And as you can see, there are important components to getting this, to making this easy, to making it, less difficult than difficult. And that's about having all of the proper tools. Make sure you have your bags. Okay, what do I have for bags? I have some 90 microns. I have some 36 microns. I have some 72 microns. And I have some 115 microns. So 4 different size bags. Most of these bags I'd use for flour. 36 micron I'd use for hash. We've got the template for pressing. We've got our funnels, which I can put the dirty ones in here, as well as our flipper unit, which is very key. And then we've got our bags, our parchment paper and whatnot. So that's also very important. Just kind of getting all this stuff out of here. That's pretty cool the way you can, basically attach these to a table, and it's not very difficult to do, is it? I'm just going to try maybe one while we're sitting here. Table's not too wide, but definitely wide enough that it's making it a little bit of a challenge. So there's that. And did we have one other one of those little dodgers? Ah, there it is. So that's actually a really good idea. I'm sure once you get, moving on this thing, you could get a little excited depending on who you are. You could start moving the whole unit, and that's not really going to be an ideal situation, so material on the screen gets put in properly and doesn't come out, because then we end up with a fair bit of screen contaminant. Let's see what we got there. Beautiful. It's the end of the plate. Nice to be able to put my finger in there and not worry about the whole press squishing it and crushing it. That's very nice. Okay, so let's go start press. Stage 1. We're going to go up to, oh yeah, so we're at 729 pounds. We're at 1,000, 1,100. Force is at 2,800. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Force is at 4,600. Alright, let's see if we can't turn that a little bit. And I can start seeing the oil coming out now. You can see quite a bit of oil coming out the sides here. It's buttering up nicely here. And it's at some good force. We're at some... A little close-up of what we got going on here. There we go. We got our percentage. We got our 8,000 pounds of force. I like the drip tray. I do indeed like the drip tray. And you can also see around back here that it's also starting to push rosin out through the back. And it looks like it's wanting to butter up right away. And that generally is what happens with very high THC product. Remember, it was only 12 grams, so I'm hoping for at least 3 grams of rosin. That would be maybe even a little bit more for this particular strain cultivar. Cycle complete. Let's stop the press. And we'll open this up. It really only gets a little bit tough at the end. All right, let's go around and see what we got here. Don't do it, Oreo. Okay. All right, so that seems like there might be the tiniest little bit left in there, but here we go for our yield. So I'm going to collect that up, and I'll let you guys know what it is in 1 second here. Pretty exciting. All right, so I have crushed out the first and second press. I did end up getting just over 3 grams, which I guess would probably be around 26%, 27%. So I left a little bit behind from what I normally get with my long peaks. Keep in mind, this is my first press with this unit. I didn't really understand exactly how to set it up. So I'm pretty sure in the next week or two, I'll get that 2% back. Certainly not upset with it, that's for sure. 3 solid grams of really caramel, beautiful, where's my bike, flower rosin. I gotta say, so far, the first experience with the Helix Pro has been really cool. I did also figure out both of these. How they actually go on is they go between the wheel and the foot, so they go kind of like that underneath, and so that's why they don't need to be different sides. They both work perfectly, and I will set it up next time better with the clamps, because once you get it, listen, when you're closing it and opening it, it opens really easy. As you get to around 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 pounds per pressure, it starts getting a little bit harder, and I can see for sure how you could move the whole press. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. You're going to see a lot more happening with this press. We're going to do a whole video on actually using this press with flour, dry sift, and bubble hash. I just really wanted to do an unboxing video today, and I thought, what a great way to do an unboxing video to also show a really quick press. So thank you to the people, the group over at Pure Pressure, the team, if you will. I look forward to seeing you all at Lift in January 11th to 13th or 14th, I believe, here in Vancouver. These guys, Pure Pressure, are coming out and will have a booth. You could probably find me at their booth. Otherwise, I will be walking around with my team from Embark. If you see me there, definitely pull me aside and say hello. And great little unit, super quality. I mean, once you see this unit in person and you feel the quality of the tools, you really get the idea very quickly that this is a solid unit. So thanks a lot, Pure Pressure. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time on Bubble Man's World. Peace out.